Hello, everyone. Semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the proper human diet, all things related to the proper human diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today, we're going to have just a very short discussion on gluconeogenesis because I've seen some comments and I don't think they're exactly right. So, we're going to have just a short discussion on that. First, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. All these things help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 60 years old, and I'm doing things now that I couldn't do when I was 40. Brief side note here, I did go for a walk today, recorded this video, and the audio didn't come out very well, so I'm re-recording it now. Yeah, it's raining outside, and it's actually supposed to switch over to snow here this afternoon, so we'll see what happens. I said in a previous video that we were in for a muddy Christmas. Well, they have changed the forecast to an additional 10 degrees colder, so we could actually have a white Christmas here in Omaha. We'll see what happens. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here as well. So this is a very brief video. We're going to talk about gluconeogenesis very, very quickly. Gluconeogenesis is a demand-driven system, as I understand it. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not any of those things. What I am is a retired truck driver that has spent the last almost 2 years, it'll be 20 months in a couple of weeks, eating between 1.5 and 2.5 pounds of meat with its associated fat every day. And I have corrected my type 2 diabetes, my gout, my arthritis. The list goes on and on and on. You can take a look at any of my other videos and see what all I have fixed in the last 20 months. I still continue to see comments that say, well, you don't want to eat too much meat because of gluconeogenesis. You could end up, spiking your blood sugar. Well, I don't know if that's true. In fact, I suspect it's not, because I spent I started in May of last year and didn't take my first walk till September. So what is that? May, June, July, August. So about 4.5 months I spent just sitting in the house eating meat. Not only did I lose weight, about 80 pounds at that point, I believe it was. It might have only been 65. I don't remember exactly how much I lost in those first 4.5 months, but I was not doing any exercise. And I was eating a lot of meat. And my type 2 diabetes not only got better, but completely reversed in the first 4 months while eating lots of meat. I don't think it's possible to eat so much meat that you spike your blood sugar. Now, yes, too much of anything can be problematic. I mean, too much water in your system can be toxic. But gluconeogenesis, being a demand-driven system, is not something that I think we need to worry about. That might be a 2 or 3% problem on down the road when we get very close to our end goals. But for most of us, it's not something to worry about. Just keep eating the meat with its associated fat. That's the key, eating the meat with its associated fat. Because while if you're eating lean protein, it might be possible to eat too much protein. But if you're eating ruminant meat with its associated fat, or even the pork with its associated fat, like bacon, or even chicken with the skins on and all the associated fat. Chicken's a little lean. You might have to add some butter to that. But as long as you're getting a proper protein and fat mixture, it is very hard to overeat because the fat is going to fill you up. the protein is going to fill you up. So I don't think gluconeogenesis is something we have to worry about. I see it, like I said, I've seen a lot of comments talking about, oh, you don't want to eat too much or the gluconeogenesis is going to throw you out of ketosis. I don't think so. It's a demand-driven system, not a supply-driven system. Don't take my word for it. Dr. Berry has some videos about this. Professor K has some videos about this. And I'm sure many others have videos about this. I'm pretty sure Dr. Westman has a couple videos about this as well. So don't freak out. Because the biggest problem that we run into when we start thinking about these little 1% problems is the biggest problem that people have when they're doing a carnivore or a keto or a low carb diet is they undereat. Because we've been told for so long, don't eat so much, limit your portion size, only eat so much. Oh, if you eat that much, you're going to get fat. And it's just not true. I don't think it's possible. You might fluctuate a little bit, but overall, gaining weight over the long term because you're eating too much beef with its associated fat, I don't think it's possible. If it is possible, drop down in the comments. Let me know where I've gotten this wrong because, like I said, I'm just a retired truck driver. I don't know about all this stuff, but I do know that gluconeogenesis is demand-driven, not supply-driven. So don't worry about eating too much right now. As long as you're still seeing progress, as long as your autoimmune conditions are getting better, your weight's dropping, your joints feel better, all of the things that you're working on to try and get better, as long as you're still making progress in that direction, I wouldn't worry about the 1% problems. I do want to quickly throw in here just a clip or two of where I started when I first started walking. So I'll probably show you a clip of where I actually started and then a clip of my first walking video, just to give you an idea of the progress I made in that 4.5 months.
Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into today's topic, I'm going to give you a very brief recap of what happened to me over the last year and some change and why I haven't made any videos because of it. And then Good morning everybody. It is September the 1st. I know the video quality is probably a little off because I'm outside, but it's 1% September.
That's what I've got for you today, folks. Merry Christmas Eve. It's Saturday. It's 2 days to Christmas. I hope everybody, if I don't see you before then, has a very Merry Christmas. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.